Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. And today we got a ton to talk about again, as there is some crazy FUD in the crypto space. A lot of people are fearing for all their coins, all their holdings and whatnot, and so I think I owe you guys an explanation video, kind of going over everything that's going on right now and what I think about it. On a side note, of course, we have some updates as well, but for right now, put down in the comment section below if you are still holding crypto, because I am personally still holding, for example, my XRP, my Ethereum, my Bitcoin, because I know where we're going eventually. Is that the smartest idea? That's up to you. All right, that's completely up to you. But am I doing it? Yes, sir. So let me know down below if you're still holding crypto, and also make sure you press the like button if you want to help out with the YouTube algorithm. Having said that, right now the XRP price is actually gone below the 0.382 Fibonacci retracement level. We talked about this before, right? So this is what we drew during the live stream, and the process is really going streamlined, which is really debatable, questionable, because it looks so ridiculously much like manipulation. Literally every level here is what it comes down to, so to speak. So the bigger pump and dump right here, which happened because of the whole Ripple posting their document and the XRP pump and dump group, that happened right here, right? Then we saw the prices fall back down. Boom. Perfect support, however, at the 0.236 Fibonacci level. Then rose right back up to the 0.382. Lingered around there for a little while. Tried to test the bottom of our new channel, which was made. We didn't know it back then, but in hindsight, we know. Then again, just bouncing through every single point all the way to the 0.786 Fibonacci retracement level before bouncing back down. And when we bounced back down, we also, for the first time, I guess, went into the sideways channel, which once more we broke right here. Bigger point being, we went down right here because people most likely sold in anticipation for what happened the 15th. And the 15th, at the end of that day, is also when we first of all broke this kind of smaller uptrend that we saw for like a couple of weeks, 2 weeks or so, to a slight sideways trend into a downtrend. And yeah, again, I'm saying that this has happened purely because people bought in here in anticipation of what's going to happen to XRP the 15th. And because it happened, basically, people decided to sell it off. However, there was some backing at the 0.5 Fibonacci level, coincidentally also at right around 50 cents. So we came back up, tested the top side, which we, I guess, also tried here on the 15th. And since we didn't breach the previous high, I should say, again, debatably on what you call high, but the previous very important $0.64 level, we fell back down, tested all the way at the bottom at the 0.36, and now we went sideways for a little while. Again, are you calling this sideways? Well, if we stayed above the 0.382, I would have called it sideways, but right now, if we don't actually touch the 0.236 Fibonacci level anymore, I'm still going to consider this sideways because we have not made a determined move. You might say, Dusty, well, we got a slight support at 0.382, which is about 43 cents, but right now we're below it. Yeah, and we might find this as a new top, basically 0.44 cents acting as a new resistance rather than a support, which could happen. However, since this move right here, I would only personally trade it if it actually had been a certain move, which means we get the breach candle with a confirming candle afterwards. That's also why I don't trade this, for example, because we got a breach candle right here, and you know the body actually did not even close below the level, but the second one also was not confirmation at all because the trend basically reversed. In this case here, the body closed just below it, not really severely though, and then the next body is another green one, which shows me this is not a really certain move. I'm not going to trade that, and since we're lingering so close to this level again, we might actually pick it up in the next couple of hours and actually bounce again from the 0.382 from here on forward. As long as we don't cross this 0.36 level, I would say we are still good. Again, my opinion about it. It's of course going to depend on what Bitcoin and whatnot are doing. And a little fun story about that one is I had a very, very profitable trade earlier this morning on Bitcoin because I bought it somewhere. Again, I'm not exactly sure, but if you look at this right now on the 1 hour chart, isn't it really interesting, or no, how should I say it? Easy to pick out exactly where you should buy? Literally. I just bought a little bit below the, let's see here, the 45,200. I think I bought it at 45,000 or maybe 44. I'm not sure, guys. I'm not sure exactly what points I bought it, but I bought it below here because I just have a ton of orders open that will execute with a tight stop loss for if we actually breach lower. But no, it just bought it. Huge profit on this small little trade. You might not call it a lot of money here in terms of percentages, but if you trade with leverage, which I always do on Bitcoin, it was a nice little return in just a couple of minutes. And then always the question comes up, are you going to go for a very small return, for example, taking a 20% gain on your money, or are you going to try to take this wave all the way through? Because a 3% gain with, for example, a 20% leverage is a 60% gain on the money you put in, right? So are you going to take that 3%, or are you going to try ride it all the way back up to the high, right? That's 35%, for example, times 20, right? That's what you can sometimes then get. That's always a way off. But for right now, though, I just decided to go for smaller moves, as I thought we might stay between this little channel right here, the little sideways area, as, 58,000 is pretty far away, and this is generally the move we've been making. But yeah, I've actually traded this level a couple of times prior, which is why I most likely had some orders open still. And when I looked, it got filled, so that was pretty nice to see. I messed up once, though, in the meantime. I think it was somewhere where I just got trapped a little bit. It was one of the trades, let me see on my phone here. It was one of the trades on the 23rd here. So here, somewhere I got trapped, where I bought and actually got stopped out. Too bad, but this case, we won here, and the profit almost always outweighs the negative by a very huge margin. Bitcoin crashing below 45,000 as $160 billion evaporated from the coin market cap. I see a lot of analysts say that this is the end for crypto, and to a certain degree, rightfully so, all right? Crypto has deteriorated quite a lot, and there are a lot of fudsters and a lot of newbies in the space who definitely don't have the strong hands that most of us have. So when things start to go a little bit bad, you're seeing it happen with some severity, right? Now, usually I might actually trade a move like this too, but in this case, you're seeing it once more. There's a little, in this case, by the way, it's not a real strong level, so I would be a little bit more hesitant. It was more so about breaking some new levels, like for example, this area right here. Let me quickly put it in. This area right here before I would trade the upside, which again would continue that this was just most likely a little bit of a bear trap. But I would usually try to trade. Now, I would guess I would just trade it if it goes below here. So if we're going to see, for example, in the near future, a red candle with another red candle followed by it, which is, I guess showing some severity on it, I might go short and try to push the downside, all right? Just as a little side note for you guys, if we breach the $45,000 level with another confirming candle the hour afterwards, I might also go and trade that. Can we lose? Yes. Is it a higher chance to win though? Yes, so I'm going to take it. Then Flare says, Flare will be integrating XLM as an F asset, bringing XLM to scalable smart contracts and a trustless gateway to Stellar. Decentralization is far too important for maximalism. Ecosystems must be united. And to a certain degree, they have a very BS attitude on these things where it's like, they just want to make sure they can eat from all edges. In another sense, it's very smart and it is very necessary because they are bringing all the cryptos together and built upon XRPL. So yeah, it's a good thing. Then I saw some speculation of Amazon joining the party. There is no real direct connection, seeing that they're going to join it. They've just partnered up with a ton of crypto companies in due time and a lot of payment processing companies, which is why people think about it. Some others are saying Amazon and Tesla are going to be competing, or I would say an Elon Musk company, are going to be competing for becoming the first huge payment provider basically for all these things. But then some others are saying Apple's also going to be joining in the mix, and we don't really know, because if they were to, they also let go a statement about their crypto future basically, which means that they're bullish on it, and they might not want to go for that just quite yet. So I'm not sure, and we cannot confirm anything just quite yet. Then Vitsavind proposes new mechanism for issuing NFTs on XRPL, asks Ripple CTO for opinion. XRP Ledger standard proposal calling on all XRPL developers for thoughts. XLS 14D non-fungible tokens on the XRP Ledger. It's going to be interesting, right? I'm not sure if this is going to pull through. I'm not sure what the other developers think about it. I personally think it will also allow for a lot more scam, spam, and whatnot. But in a different sense, it's very popular right now, and I do think it could be a good thing. Then 3 possible reasons why Bitcoin plunged over 15%. Healthy correction, profit taking, overly leveraged long market, long squeeze, and Wall Street went crashing, Bitcoin correlated. All 3 are valid points, and all 3 have some logic to it, right? I don't have to explain it further because they're all very logical. Is Satoshi back? Bitcoin wallet moves after a decade. That's what some people were afraid about, mostly on one of the articles I saw from earlier, which said if Satoshi Nakamoto would sell his coins, people would go berserk and the whole crypto market might go very, very bearish, right? And the thing is, we don't know exactly who Satoshi Nakamoto is, and we don't know exactly which of his wallets are or which of the wallets are really his and which are just old wallets by somebody else or some individual right there. We know the big wallets that are his, but we don't know the smaller ones, right? In this case here, it could be him, but it could be anybody. It's just the wallets were left untouched for a decade or so, but that could also be somebody just finding their Bitcoin. It could be anything. The coins were mined back then with the price of Bitcoin being 8 cents. The wallet was worth a total of $8. Right now it's 5.1 million. Could it be Satoshi? Yes, it could. Could it be anybody else? Yes, it could too. So it's not really certain, anything like that. It's just something that people are wondering about. And then IOG, which is what IOHK became, unveils groundbreaking Babel fees mechanism for Cardano. Cardano will receive the Babel fees mechanism, which will allow transaction fees to be paid in native tokens. The mechanism will bring more value to Cardano's native tokens and create new business models, and I really, really like this. I didn't even know that was a thing that could happen, but I love it, I love it, I love it. Another very big win for Cardano if they can pull this through, so I'm excited about the future. And then GSX, guys, go check it out. It's the first gold-backed coin. I personally have a couple $1,000s in it, and it is a very interesting project. I'm hoping for a times 25, times 40, or something like that on the coin in a very short amount of time once it gets listed on exchanges, because right now this is the pre-sale. A lot of people refer to Phantom and whatnot, because if you bought it a couple I'm not sure exactly how long anymore ago, but if you bought it at the start, oh my days, would you have had a huge return? And that's what's happening with a lot of these coins right now. Go check it out. Link is down below. It's not a certainty we'll win, but we're hoping so.